नमस्कार विद्यार्थियों। आज हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स के एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण विषय को समझने जा रहे हैं जो डेटा कलेक्शन की प्रक्रिया में बहुत उपयोगी होता है। जब किसी रिसर्चर या स्टैटिस्टिशियन को पूरी पॉपुलेशन का अध्ययन करना कठिन लगता है, तब वह पॉपुलेशन से एक छोटा हिस्सा चुनता है जिसे सैंपल कहा जाता है। लेकिन सैंपल को चुनने का तरीका बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है क्योंकि उसी पर स्टडी की रिलायबिलिटी निर्भर करती है। अब जरा क्लासरूम का एक दृश्य सोचिए। टीचर बोर्ड पर लिखते हैं, Describe probability sampling methods. Explain any two of the following in detail. A. Simple random sampling. B. Stratified sampling. C. Systematic sampling. स्टूडेंट्स ज्ञान से सवाल पढ़ते हैं। टीचर समझाते हैं कि अगर सैंपल चुनते समय किसी व्यक्ति की पसंद या बायस शामिल हो जाए तो रिजल्ट्स गलत हो सकते हैं। इसलिए स्टैटिस्टिक्स में एक साइंटिफिक मेथड का उपयोग किया जाता है जिसे प्रोबेबिलिटी सैंपलिंग कहा जाता है। इस मेथड में पॉपुलेशन के हर एलिमेंट को सैंपल में चुने जाने का समान अवसर मिलता है। अब इसे मैथमेटिकल लैंग्वेज में समझते हैं। Probability sampling is a sampling method in which every unit of the population has a known and equal probability of being selected. This method reduces personal bias and provides more reliable results. In probability sampling, samples are selected using methods such as random numbers, lottery methods, or computer-based random selection. Common probability sampling methods include simple random sampling, stratified sampling, and systematic sampling. Simple random sampling. Simple random sampling is a method in which every member of the population has an equal and independent chance of being selected. To apply this method, a complete list of the population called the sampling frame is required. Each element of the population is assigned a unique number, and the sample is selected using random numbers or lottery methods. Example: from 3,500 college students, 50 students are selected using computer-generated random numbers. Advantages of this method include freedom from personal bias, simplicity, and equal probability of selection for every unit. However, it also has limitations. It requires a complete list of the population, and it may become difficult to apply when the population size is very large. In daily life, this method is similar to drawing slips from a box, where every slip has an equal chance of being selected. Stratified sampling. Stratified sampling is a method in which the population is divided into homogeneous groups called strata, and then a random sample is selected from each stratum. This method ensures that every important subgroup of the population is represented in the sample. The selection from each strata may be proportionate sampling, where the sample size is proportional to the population size, or non-proportionate sampling, where different strata may have different sample sizes. Example: a company divides its employees into groups such as managers, supervisors, and clerks, and then selects samples randomly from each group. Advantages of this method include better representation of all groups, higher accuracy, and reduced sampling error. A simple daily life analogy is tasting every layer of a cake instead of tasting only the top layer, which gives a more complete idea of the cake's flavor. Systematic sampling. Systematic sampling is a sampling method in which elements are selected at regular intervals from an ordered list of the population. In this method, one element is selected randomly from the first k elements, and after that, every kth element is selected. The sampling interval is calculated using the formula k equals frac n, where n was population size, m sample size. Example: from a list of 1,000 electricity consumers, every 20th consumer is selected after choosing the first consumer randomly. Advantages of systematic sampling include simplicity, speed, and uniform coverage of the population. However, this method may not be suitable if the population contains hidden patterns, because such patterns may affect the selection process. A daily life example is selecting every 10th book from a shelf after choosing the first one randomly. तो विद्यार्थियों, आज हमने समझा कि probability sampling methods statistical studies में unbiased और reliable samples प्राप्त करने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण हैं। Simple random sampling, stratified sampling और systematic sampling जैसे methods researchers को population का सही प्रतिनिधित्व करने वाला sample चुनने में मदद करते हैं। जब sampling सही तरीके से की जाती है, तब statistical analysis के results भी अधिक भरोसेमंद और meaningful बनते हैं।